Alright, I've reached the trailhead, start my solo journey on the Appalachian Trail. We're here at the Hamburg Reservoir, the Pinnacle Pulpit Rock parking lot entrance. And today I start my 3 to 4 day backpacking trip. See how she goes. So we're on our way up to Pulpit Rock. I'm already sweating like crazy. 4 liters really doing me in. But about a mile or so that way and we'll be there. First view of the day. So on the Appalachian Trail, we're marked by white blazes. So if you follow the trail with the white blazes, you'll always stay on the Appalachian. And if you keep following it this way, I'll end up in Maine. But we're not going that far this time. Now we're descending from Pulpit Rock. We're going to go over to the Pinnacle. Also another beautiful outlook in Pennsylvania. We have made it to the Pinnacle, just about 5 miles in. Not too bad of a hike, pretty rocky, but check it out. All around here you'll find mountain laurels and ferns. So fun fact, the mountain laurel is actually the state flower of Pennsylvania. Definitely one of my favorites. Sadly, they're not in bloom right now. They're more of a spring bloom, but definitely a reason to get back out here in spring. After about 3 miles of walking on a fire road, finally got back to a trail. But technically, it's all the AT, so. First road crossing of the day. We're at Hawk Mountain Road, down off the Pinnacle and the Pulpit. Here we go. And there we are. All right, we are 11.6 miles in for today. I'm thinking I'm gonna get up to 12 to 15 miles, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. We're nearing Dan's Pulpit, about a mile out, and I'll check back in with you once we're up there. All right, after 13 miles and 5.5 hours of hiking, we've made it to somewhere I haven't been quite yet. This is called Dan's Pulpit. Absolutely gorgeous. That entire ridge back there, I hiked this morning and all the way down and up Hawk Mountain. And here we are. Made it 15 miles today. Found this really nice campsite, so I'm gonna stay here. Got a fire ring and all. Quite excited for tonight. I'll get the tent set up, eat some dinner. It is dinner time on the trail. Today we got some creamy broccoli cheddar rice from Alpine Air Foods. Never had this one yet, or this brand, so I'm hyped to try it. be cooking today on my jet boil. Now, here's a quick bear safety tip. If you are out in the wilderness or out on a hike where bears are relevant, basically you have to cook at least 100 yards from your campsite. Bears have a crazy sense of smell and they could find you from 40 miles away. And they will walk the entire way. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cook up here and then I'm gonna hide my bear can in the woods. It's a bear-proof can. They can chew on it, they can mess with it, but they cannot open it and get your food. So I will also be hiding the bear can right around the corner here. All right, it is done. 12 minutes later, let's give it a taste test. Actually, this might be the best trail food I've ever had. Definitely need these calories. 720 after 15 miles. Good morning. It is day 2. I'm packing up camp right now. Woke up to a little bit of a surprise this morning and my left contact had ripped in the case somehow. I can guess when I was putting it away last night. So I am one eye blind and one eye clear for the rest of the trip. So I didn't even walk a quarter mile from where I camped last night, and there's this unmarked beautiful view right here. Check that out. Good morning, America. All right, I'm already like 2 miles into today. Got another 2 miles until my father drops off my glasses at the closest parking lot. And then the rest of the trip should be good and I'll be able to see. All right, it is 9 a.m. I've made it to the 309 parking lot on the Appalachian Trail. And I finally got my glasses. Slightly broken, but it'll do. Just want to give a big shout out to my dad for driving all this way, because there's absolutely no water sources. It's all dried out at this time of year. It's August right now. And about to cook up some breakfast. Brought me some good water and my glasses. So, see where today takes us. All right. Second road crossing. And that's my trail right over there. We are walking through prime rattlesnake habitat. Big rocks with little caves in between. Whew, this section's pretty rough. Now we're on to the knife's edge. This section is super cool. It's got a really sharp ridge that you gotta rock scramble across with really beautiful open views. Just about there.
Brutal climb, but the beauty unmatched out here. I believe came from down there, maybe? We have reached the bake oven parking lot right over there, and we ran into our first little sighting of some trail magic. Someone left us some water. Thank you to whoever that is. You are a blessing. All right, bake oven knob. It's beautiful as always. It's probably about my third time being there, but I think that was the clearest day I've ever had out there. So now we're descending down to the bake oven shelter where I'll be staying tonight. First shelter of the trip. See how it goes. We were out at camp number 2 today. I went to the bake oven knob shelter and it was kind of crappy, not gonna lie. So I decided to hike up trail about only 0.1 mile and I found a campsite directly on my left. And man, is this one nice. This one's got a big fire pit. It's got plenty of room for 5 people who could camp out here. So I'm gonna be super comfortable tonight. It is morning of day 3. About to cook up some breakfast, make some coffee, and then start my 7-mile trek over to the Lehigh Gap. And that's where we're gonna be ending this trip today. And kind of sad to say it's gonna be over, but this has been a really cool experience so far. Wait till you see the views at the Lehigh Gap. Gotta get some electrolytes in. These are called Noon Hydration Tablets. Gives you all your vitamins and electrolytes you need for the day that you burn while you're hiking. Split them in half, drop them in. You dissolve like an Alka-Seltzer. Also tastes really good. It's blueberry pomegranate. Definitely good for when you filter some somewhat shade water. Gives it a nice little flavor rather than having a weird taste to it. All right, it is 7 a.m. We're back on trail, heading to the Lehigh Gap today. Such a great spot. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Been there countless times, but there's a good reason why. It wouldn't be the Pennsylvania AT if it wasn't a 7-mile rock scramble. Gotta love it. Quite confused. I have no idea how long it took to bag all these boulders, or why. If anyone has an explanation for that, let me know. Very interested. Just like all the thru hikers say, when you're in need, the trail will supply. Reliable water, half mile. Let's go. Well, here's our reliable water source. Completely bone dry. The only downside to hiking in August, but with the water I have, I think I'll make it. So here we go. Found me some trail magic. Water worries be gone. Definitely gonna make it today. Thank you. Bless your soul, whoever left this here. You are a true trail angel. All right, we have hit mile 35 and we have our first little glimpse of the Lehigh River. We're going to be walking to Devil's Pulpit next. It's a new view I've never seen before, so that should be exciting. And then from there, we're gonna cross the bridge and head up to the main Lehigh Gap. So walking through this area, you could see a massive change in the terrain around me. So this is actually caused by a chemical spill. This whole area used to be for zinc mining back in the day. I'm not too sure how long ago, but there was a massive chemical spill that basically killed the entire forest up here. But it's slowly coming back, and you'll see more of the effects of that spill once we get to the east side of the Lehigh Gap. It's completely bare still, but Mother Nature's on a comeback, and she will thrive. After about a half-mile bushwhack to a completely unmaintained summit, we are at Devil's Pulpit with a nice view of the east side of the Lehigh Gap. See that rock formation over there? We'll be climbing that in the next hour or so. Stay tuned. As a plant nerd, I get really excited when I find a native that I've never seen in the woods before. This guy is Buddleia, or a butterfly bush, and they're actually covering the entire face of the summit here. And the whole way you'll see butterflies flying around like crazy. They smell so good too. Alright, so I just climbed back up from Devil's Pulpit. Crazy bushwhack yet again on like really steep rocks. And I find this sign, and it says Devil's Pulpit is closed and there's no access. Your boy made it. Found my first water source of the whole trip. Filled up a liter, should be enough to get me through the rest of the day. Used the Sawyer squeeze filter. Probably the most reliable thing I've ever used. I have a bigger one, it's just so much more heavy and not something I want to bring on a backpacking trip. So this is my go-to guy. Have some fresh, cold mountain water. All right, just a little sign for us. We were at Bake Oven Knob yesterday. Crossed Lehigh Furnace Gap this morning. That's where all like the boulders are wrapped in the orange bags. And now we are on Lehigh Gap. Alright, so I decided to cook up a little bit before I make the climb. Stock up on some calories, lose some bag weight. It's a pretty hefty climb, so we'll see how it goes. Today we got 3-bean chili mac. Let's get it and let the climb begin. Oh, almost fell. Going right up there.
down here. Beautiful view. This is where I put the poles away and start climbing with my hands. It's real steep up here. It's literally like rock climbing. Can't wait. After 3 days, 40 miles of climbing, we have officially made it to my end point today, the Lehigh Gap. Absolutely insane. It's been a hell of a journey. Pretty much overwhelmed with emotion right now. That was the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. I hope this could inspire a few of you to get outside and enjoy this beautiful world. It's all free, it's all at our fingertips. Put down the phone, don't watch TV. There's so much to be seen. And I'll cherish this experience